Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tembela Mpata. This is Uncomfortable Growth with Tembela. Okay, today we are just going to do a review on the series that came out on the 4th of May. It came out last week, I think on Thursday or Friday, I'm not sure. But I watched it yesterday after work and I finished it yesterday. The series is called, just wanna read it correctly, Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story. Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story. I hope you guys have watched it already. I don't wanna spoil your moments if you haven't watched it. Before we begin with our review, I would like to welcome you back to this channel. I know I've been derailing and really sticking into my niche, but I know I am coming. I'm coming very slow, but I'll get there. I am getting there. And welcome to those that are tuning in for the first time. Thank you so much for choosing my channel. I hope you guys are going to find it worthy of your time. And okay, let's just begin. It won't be a long video. It's going to be really a short video. I'll just touch 3 things or 4 things that I have taken from the series, that I've learned, that have awakened me, that have really made me worried also of the society we are living in, about love and how we define love today. We are people. Anyway, before we begin, so I will just tell you guys the story, just the summary of the story before we begin with my lessons that I've learned. Okay, the story is about a black lady that is sold to Britain Empire to become a queen. So this lady is to marry a young man that has been now set on a throne because his father passed on, and now he needs to take on and become a king. So now she was sold to this family because first of all they were looking for an intelligent woman, a woman that knows her stature and she is modest and educated. So she fit the criteria, and therefore she was sold. And her brother, of course, wanted to gain some things because Britain was the main empire that governed apparently all the other parties or the other lords that were there. I don't have the main background of the story, but I'm telling you what I've watched. So this lady got sold, and she is told that she is sold today, and then she is taken to marry this king today. So in her way, she's arguing with her brother and telling her brother that, how can you do this to me? You haven't even communicated with me. And she doesn't have parents, people that she can rely on. She only have her brother. And now her brother takes that trust, because the only person she trusts is the person that she took as a guardian, which is her brother. And then the brother explains and says, stop whining, you have it good, or you're going to be a queen of the biggest empire in our world, so stop whining. And she's like, okay, fine, I am going to do this. I love her character so much. I love her, and I was like, oh man, okay, fine. And then she got there, and she's told that your dress that you're wearing is not beautiful, and she is pointed out that your skin is darker, and she is like uyajonga into yokubana umile njani, hips zakhe zizawubana abantwana bangapha kanani, and like umzimba wakhe now is no longer her body. Umzimba wakhe now belongs, or is going to belong, to this country that she's getting married to. She's not only getting married to the king that she doesn't know, she's getting married to the country that she doesn't know, and she's going to become a queen, and she has to make decisions based on the needs of the people. So she goes into her room to change, and she tells the queen, that the mother of the king, that I have a dress that I prepared for my wedding. And she's told that you're not going to wear your dress. I love it when she decides to wear the dress at the end, because she decided before she decided to wear the dress, she decides to hide and try to escape, because she got scared and she's like, I can't do this anymore. And then she tries to go over the wall, and the wall is just too long for her to climb, and eventually she meets with the king. The king has his own battles, because he has been told in a young age that you are going to be a king, and he has lived this life of bondage. I can imagine how, like, we have queens today. I can imagine how they live their lives. Apparently they don't live their lives for themselves. They live the lives they live for others. They live the lives they live to serve people. They don't know what they like. They don't know what they must like what is liked by people, so that they can serve people the way people want to be served. Okay. Now she marries this man, and then this man apparently is sick. And this woman finds out that this man is somehow a madman. Has some days, he has his own days that he forgets who he is. And this woman that left her country, left her home, now she has to become a wife to this man that forgets who he is. And this man tries to hide, because George sees that this woman is worthy, and I don't deserve her. And he tries to run away, because he doesn't want her to see the things that are going on within him. And she finds out eventually, and she loves still. She loves him still, and we are shown two parts of her life. A mother now that is taking care of 15 children without a husband, because a husband lost his mind in a young age. She is taking care of 15 children. That now she not only taking care of 15 children, she's taking care of the country, and she's taking care of 15 children. She's taking care of the workers that are working for her. She's taking care of the government, everything that she has to do as a woman. And I wonder what do we have to do, Tina, emakhayeni wethu, as mothers. I was just watching the story, and I tried to imagine, ladies, what you go through having kids, having husband. Sometimes this husband is not with you. This husband is here, but he's empty, because George was around, but George couldn't make decisions. George's mother was making decisions for George, and George was not a George that she thought was George. Now, a lot of women are married to men that have their minds, yes, they can make decisions, but sometimes a mother has to play two roles within her household and be a husband while the husband is here, but the husband is absent. And I was wondering how many homes, how many mothers are going to watch this and find themselves being Umamu Charlotte and being Queen Charlotte, that abafuneka betache based on everything, because the husband is just absent in his presence and is not taking part on izinto that ekufuneka ezenzile. Now let's not masinganyashi abayeni bethu asibathuzileyo, because God gave us those men and we made the decision to marry the men that we are married to. We have partners that God gave us, and now, like Umama Charlotte, we are to cover them and not go outside and sibe abafazi that abahamba bethetha ngabayeni babo. That is the first lesson that I've learned, that Charlotte covers her husband. Even when her husband runs away to stay with the doctor because he is trying to get his mind back, Charlotte goes and finds her husband and covers her husband. She is the only one that is able to ndobana athethe no husband wakhe when husband wakhe goes and his mind wanders. She's the one that is able to bring the mind back. They are present, yet they are absent. Sometimes ungumamo absent, sometimes bangutatu absent, and in the case of the story, it was a husband. That's why I'm addressing lessons. I'm just addressing more on wives. What do you do when your husband is present yet absent? What are things that you need to do? I wonder, how do you get your strength? How do you recover? How do you take care of abantwana and also take care of your husband? Because yet, though he is absent in his presence, okanye in your present, he is still your husband and you need to submit to him. You need some women are living with abayen that are not working. Mianako doesn't stop to be your husband because now he's not working. George was unable to practice okanye to fulfill his role as a king. She had to be a king and a queen, and you also need to do that sometimes, but don't do it so that people see that when you have taken ipatas mbini endlini. When you go outside, your husband must be your husband. And even inside the house, you respect him still. Even when you see that izinto that has happened has made him to be an absent person. But when you reach such a moment in your life as a woman in your marriage, don't neglect ukuthandaza, and also don't neglect to go to therapy with your husband, because sometimes maybe zikhona izinto that are making him to shut down. Okay, lesson yokuqala leyo, not all husbands are going to be like George. Some husbands, they just need support. They are fully present. They are not absent, they are here. But sometimes obantu bangomama, they trying to take two parts zabayeni babo ngoku abayeni babo be present. So I beg you, my sister, that you must know your position as a wife, and you must know how to play that role well. How to play that role well as a wife. You must ask wisdom from God to give you wisdom. Okay, I'm done now on talking about wife and husband. The second lesson is I think it's the biggest lesson, is love. Because we see Charlotte loving her husband. This one made me cry, because we are a society that is like this today because of we have detached from the source of love, which is our creator. We are people that are killing each other by words. The things we say to each other are killing. The words we say, we kill each other by the things we say towards each other, to each other. Guys, we are people that are wounded. My friend, I was speaking to her last week during the week. We are people, she said, we are people that are wounded, and therefore we are bleeding on each other. Now that's why we are people that are killing each other, is because we are wounded and we don't know where we should take our scars to. And that's why society yethu ngoku it's a society yaphelelwa bubuntu, is because we have detached from love and we don't know where to take these wounds that we have to. We are applying them to each other as wounds, and we are not dealing with our wounds the way we should be dealing with our wounds. Sisingabantu abamnyama, we don't want to talk about izinto that ezisenza sibe wounded, sibe angry towards each other, kanye angry with ourselves, because ezinye izinto are our choices. So lesson number 2, she loves in a case that is unlovable, but she loves. And lento yandenza ndakhumbula into yokubana our God loved, Thixo wethu loved us, guys, when we were not supposed, okanye when we were yet sinners. God loved us, and he didn't say no bana, because now they are sinners, I'm not gonna love them. He chose to love. Charlotte, ndibhalile up on my notes. Charlotte, she could have left. Yes, now she was pregnant. Yes, now she was bound. But she could have maybe left. I don't know what are the rules, but I'm saying she could have left, but she chose not to leave, and she chose to love. What do we do in circumstances that are so unbearable, and do we just choose to leave? I was once watching a podcast. It's on Netflix now. Michelle Obama. Yeah, Michelle Obama, and she was interviewed by Oprah. Her last tour on her second book. His second book is called The Light We Carry. The Light We Carry. And she was asked by Oprah many questions, and one thing that I remember, she said, I am worried about this generation. She's talking about our generation. She's saying this generation is a generation that is after gratification. We want things to happen fast. We want to be happy all the time. We do not want marriage. We do not want marriage. We want weddings. We focus so much on the type of dress we're going to wear. Emitshatweni yethu. And what you know, Bana, it's not about the wedding, it's about the honeymoons. It's about not the honeymoons, it's about the anniversaries. It's about the anniversaries. Tina singabantu abakule generation yethu. We are in relationships the 2 minutes. In relationships that last for 2 months, because we are people that don't know how to love. And we do not know how to love because we do not love ourselves. We don't know how to love ourselves. How can then we love the other person? We do not have the love. And love comes from God. If we do not have God in our lives, if we do not have the source of love, how can we love like Charlotte? Charlotte loved in a case that was unlovable. She could have gone home. She had home. And her brother was telling her that you cannot go home. What's wrong? Is he beating you? What's wrong? Because her brother came to visit. And she had her condition, her husband condition to her brother. She didn't reveal that my husband, sometimes his mind wanders. Even in our siblings, sometimes wives have to hide. You need to hide what is going on in your household. Your household it's something that you have to protect. Don't let everything comes into the door that you open. Don't open doors for ongendao to come into your marriage. And she chose to love. She loved him. And we are shown Kaipela episode that she is still the one that is able to talk to her husband, and no one is able to talk with her husband. The reason we are in this mess is because we have forgotten what is love. the reason we are killing each other, the reason we have the society we are living in, the reason we are abantwana now that don't respect their parents, don't respect their friendships, or don't respect their partners, is because we do not have love, and we have forgotten what is love. Maybe we have not been taught how to love, and maybe we don't have even the roots of love. That's why now when we enter into relationships, sifuna uba selfish, selfish, asikho selfless. And God is a selfless God, and He loves us. When we are selfish, He's a God that follows footsteps zethu. Thina singabantu abaselfish, asifuni uba selfless and love as God has loved us. That's all I have for today. I'm not saying that stay in a circumstance that is requiring you to leave. I'm saying that do what you can do to show love. Be kind, and yes, sometimes I'm reading this book. Ithi le ncwadi nokubana what happened to you. Sometimes Tina, we do not want to know what happened to the person. We take what we are given on the surface, and sitting nokubana that's who he is, that's who she is, and neglect to ask the question, what happened to you? Because something happened that is causing the person sometimes to be like the way they are. That's all I have, guys. I hope you guys are going to comment, like, share, and subscribe. I really enjoyed the series, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy it too. And I'm sorry for spoiling it for those that have not watched. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.